when we're supposed to go right and we go left, then at that point when we go left, we like to say, it's the other person, it's them, it's their negative issues, or they're a narcissist and all of that. No, you didn't adhere to your higher self. You didn't adhere to your intuition, and all of that was based on me. When I first said I shouldn't go back out with him, I shouldn't have went back out with him. I should have left him alone. But after that created a ripple effect of other consequences that occurred after I did not adhere to my intuition. I did not adhere to my higher self, and I got pushed into that karma. What I want to tell you all, even though I've went through those things, my son is an adult now, of course, I still am working on I would say, when we say shadow work, those are those things within us that we need to work on, of our feelings and our emotions and all of that. And sometimes it comes out and it plays itself out in our dreams, right? Because, all of that is a part of who we are. And so, sorry about that. And so, last night it played itself out in the dream state again, and I'll have these dreams here and there where my son's father appears, and I still have these same emotions about him. And I also have seen other timelines where we did get married. I didn't give the ring back, but I did, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother channel. But there's a timeline in which I did marry him. I accepted the engagement, went forward with it, and I was miserable. And that's another timeline outside of the one that I chose by not. So I'm working on those emotions in the dream state, which brings it to my attention for me to also work on in this waking state of my emotions and feelings towards him, of everything that he did to me and that happened during my son growing up, should I say, the vindictive mindset that he had towards me because I didn't want to move forward in the relationship of being with him. After I think my son was like 1.5, and I just left. I gave him the ring back. I left the relationship and all of that, and I just knew I couldn't move forward. Where again, it was consequences for that, because initially I shouldn't have went back out with him on the date when I was 19. So no matter how I tried to fix it in between, after being with him, having a child, then not getting married, all of that created more karma. And so we have to look at life and relationships as lessons. And how do we learn? How do we heal? How do we mend those pieces of the pain and the hurt? And one of the ways that I'm able to go into the dream state and do some healing, and things are brought to my attention as well when I'm in the dream state, of what I need to do in the waking state as well. So it's healing here and also healing there. So I'm able to do healing in both states, and things come into my awareness of what I need to do and how I need to work on healing myself from past decisions that were made by me not adhering to the higher energies, higher source, the universe telling me, hey, don't do this. And this happened to me before. The universe will tell me, hey, don't go there, and we pay for those consequences. So this is just a message, and I'm saying it targeting to the young adults, 19, 18, and to about 25, but it could be older, but within that age group, because that's where you're learning, you're experiencing, you're meeting people that you are probably going to be in a long-term relationship, or maybe have children with or marry. And we need to be able to discern and listen to our higher selves, listen to our intuition, and move on that, and not ignore it. Don't ignore it at all. There are people in this world that have ignored a lot of intuition that have come from God or from a higher source, and they're paying for it. And they still may not have learned the lesson, and we need to learn the lesson. The goal is to learn the lesson, not to repeat it. Okay, so got that out. I'm going into the dream. Now, the dream is fuzzy. It felt like I got a lot of messages about my karmic, but I also received a vision of what happened at work as soon as I got to work. And of course, I'm a teacher, and it was one of the SPED students, and the principal had came to me and told me one of, my students, at the school had an accident. And I was like, what happened? She was like, I think, she went to the bathroom on herself. Sorry, I got a call. But anyway, yeah. The principal said she heard that she had went to the bathroom. I said, can you check her? So, I forgot where I left off, but going back to it, in my dream, it was the same girl, and I had to put on a pull-up on her. I had to take her to the bathroom, put on pull-up. And when I woke up, I'm like, this is crazy, because this little girl goes to the bathroom. Why I'm putting a pull-up on her? Why is she having to put a pull-up on? And in the dream, I was putting a pull-up on her, but this morning, I had to give her the pull-up for her to put on, because she had messed up her underwear. She didn't have any extra underwear or whatever. But anyway, it was crazy because that happened. It was in my dream. Then, of course, we're waking up, go to work. It happens immediately soon as I'm at work. So the clairvoyance has been strong. The clairvoyant messages have been very strong. So you all may be experiencing and receiving these clairvoyants, near future, things that are happening in the near future, and some things that may be happening not so near future, like, further in the future, but either way it's going to happen. So it's good that you track these dreams, or you track it some type of way. If you journal, if you're doing like I do, creating a YouTube channel so you can talk to yourself and then share with others at the same time. It's just like a journal of your dreams. So you can be able to go back to and be like, yeah, that did happen in my dream. Or when you see something that sparks, when you hear something or see something that may spark a memory from a past dream that you've had, you can go back to your journal, or you can go back to the recording and listen to it again, because you may receive some type of like, hey, I remember that happened, but I can't remember the details. It's not fresh on your mind like it was when it first happened. So that's one of the whole reasons why I do the Dream Channel. It really helps me in that regard. And so for me, I go back and listen to myself and listen to these dreams because it brings back like the memories of other things that happened in a dream that I may not have shared. And it brings it back to my remembrance. So it's really good to keep some type of journal for your dreams. Because what we're doing over in that reality, we're carrying over into this reality, and vice versa. The same thing goes for what we're doing here, carries on over there. And the goal is to be able to bring both of these realities together, right? So we're not just over there not remembering what's happening over here, and then we're here not remember what's going on over there, but being able to become lucid in that dream state, and then create in that dream state, and then we come back over here in this waking lucid state, then we're able to use what we've learned there, here, and apply it. So it's application on both ends is what's good when you're dreaming, not just to lay down and pass out. Hopefully, if you've been on this channel long enough, we shouldn't be doing that anymore. Nobody watching this should be just passing out. We should be intentionally going to sleep with intentions, meditating, trying to create a state of lucidity, which I posted a video on my Instagram channel that talks about it. 7 Bomar goes into it on different things you need to do to be able to go into the lucid dream state. So we need to be doing that as well. We need to make sure we're not going to sleep. One, never go to sleep completely exhausted. 2, don't go to sleep stuffed and full with food. Make sure you don't go to sleep on a full stomach. 3, don't go to sleep completely spent from sex. All right, don't go to sleep using your sexual energy. You need that energy and that arousal for the dream state, men in particular. Women too, in certain cases, if you're trying to do different things, but mostly men, utilizing that creative energy in the dream state. All right, so making sure you're doing that and setting your intention. You can also set the mood for your dreams. So use it for good. All right, peace, high frequencies.